We are back for another episode of Love It There. If you missed last week's episode on Barcelona, be sure to check that one out. It was a good one. But we have an even better one for you today. We
Oh,
have
yeah.
we have so much content we have to get into. There's no messing around. We need to get right into it.
Yeah, so basically we did an Instagram poll last week about which US city you guys wanted to hear about first, since we've done all cities from other places around the world. And you guys voted on the one, the only Nashville, Tennessee.
Woo woo! We are so excited. Most people know of Nashville because of its rich country music history, which we absolutely love. Me and Hallie, big time country music girls. But it honestly has so much more to offer that we do not have time to even get into, unfortunately. It's home to Vanderbilt, Belmont, so many other universities, the NFL stadium's right downtown. There are so many museums. It's just honestly great food, great atmosphere, great city with so much to offer. But we just can't quite give everything the attention it deserves in today's episode. Hallie and I have both been there a few times. We were there together for my bachelorette party last year, had the time of our lives. And we've also each been there separately as well. So we have a lot of fun stories to share.
Yeah, for real. Everybody needs to buckle up right now because you're in for a wild ride. We have some really good stories to share. So we need to go ahead and get into it. And we hope you enjoy this week's episode on Nashville.
So I'm sure many of you listening have probably been to Nashville. So we are just going to quickly kind of go through a few restaurants we recommend, basic information on a few of the bars we recommend. Then we're going to go through some of the listener requested content. And then we're going to open it up to just basically story time from our experiences there.
Yeah. So basically, we're just going to run through some restaurant recommendations really quick. One that I've been to is called Pinewood. This is more of a sit-down restaurant. There's a little bar too, but it's more for sit-down food. Has a really cute outdoor area with yard games and live music. And then there's also duck pin bowling in the back. So it'd be a really cute date spot or just to go with friends. Super fun.
So fun. Another one good for breakfast or brunch is called Biscuit Love. There's 2 locations, but the main one is the Gulch location, which that's one of the neighborhoods in downtown Nashville. They have great donuts, donut holes. Their hot chicken and biscuits, so good. And then also recommend the Bellini, which is peach puree and Prosecco. So that was delicious.
Yeah, that place was really good. For brunch, we went to a place called Stateside Kitchen, which was really cute inside, lots of flowers, just very cutely decorated. And the food was really good too.
I unfortunately was so incredibly hungover, the most hungover I've ever been in my entire life. So I wish I could say that their food was good, but honestly, I had 2 bites of potatoes and I could not do it. I was struggling so hard.
Yeah, Kelsey had a little bit of a rough morning that morning, but she powered through.
I rallied.
And she hit the town again that night, so it was good.
But it was so cute in there. I can definitely vouch for that. The Instagram girlies, you will have the time of your life in there.
Oh, yeah.
And then another place we went to was called Zeppelin, which Hallie found this place for my bachelorette party. It's a bar and they have dinner, food, and stuff like that, but it's got a nice outdoor rooftop area, and the sun sets, it faces the west, so when the sun is setting you can get really good photos out there. And it was just a really cool, fun vibe. The menu's kind of limited, but it was good for what we needed to just grab some food, get some cute pics, and then hit the town after.
Yeah, and I just found it online and we went there and it honestly was not crowded at all. We easily had a table and it was also within walking distance to the downtown after. So it was really convenient. I would highly recommend that. I feel like that was a good find for sure.
Yes, it was.
Okay, now getting into bar recommendations. Basically, the amazing thing about Nashville is you can go to one street, Broadway, and there is everything you could ever want. It's just bars on bars on bars on bars. There's no cover anywhere, so it's the best because you can literally go somewhere for 10 minutes, and then if you get bored, you don't have to feel bad about leaving and going somewhere else. So it's great. If you're a Nashville local, you're probably rolling your eyes at me right now because apparently if you live in Nashville, nobody goes to Broadway because you guys hate Broadway because you're just like the locals and that's where the tourists go. But
I mean, yeah, it's like all bachelorette parties and like 21st birthdays.
Yeah.
So if I was local there, I would hate it. But as a tourist, it is so fun.
Yeah. So I love me some Broadway, but that's just, I guess, my opinion. But yeah, Kels, do you want to start with like specific bar that you would recommend?
Yes. Well, the other like thing about, I mean, most people know Nashville. There's just like pretty much every single bar has live music, and a lot of them are like multiple floors. So like maybe one floor will have like, I feel like usually like maybe the first floor will have like live music, and then as you go up, maybe it's more likely to have like a DJ and be more of like a club atmosphere. That's kind of I felt like how Luke Bryan's was, which Luke Bryan's is like I think it's actually called Luke's 32 Bridge officially, but it's like on a corner of Broadway. And yeah, the first floor had live music. I don't know how many floors it was, but as you went up,
I think there's like 4 or 5.
Okay. Yeah. So, but one of the top-ish floors, it was like more, it had like a DJ and was more of like a like classic like bar club sort of atmosphere. And hot take, not a Luke Bryan fan, like the singer, the person, but I had the time of my life at that bar. It was so fun. And
Luke Bryan's is so fun.
Yeah, it was amazing. So we'll get into that a little bit later, but yeah, highly recommend trying that one out.
Yeah. And then the bar right next to Luke Bryan's is Jason Aldean's. And I feel like Luke Bryan's and Jason Aldean's are like the two most popular because they're the two biggest, I think. So a lot of people go there. It also has multiple floors, and each floor is like a different vibe of music. Expect long lines there, but we'll get into a little bit of like a trick later about how to skip some of the lines. But yeah.
Another one is called the Valentine, which claims it's the best rooftop bar in Nashville. I don't really remember much about like the lower floors, but on the rooftop when we were there, at least, I think they do have live music on the rooftop a lot of times. But just when we happened to be there, it was a DJ. At least I'm pretty sure. Was it?
Yeah, it was a
Okay,
DJ.
that's what I thought. But it was super fun because, like I said, when I went there, it was on my bachelorette party, and like not all the girls we were lit with like love country music. So it was fun to be able to, they were playing like a lot of good throwbacks and just good like sing-alongs and stuff like that. So that was super fun up there.
Yeah, so if you don't like country music, that's a good one to go to. It was just like your basic like club bar girl jams. It was a good time, and it was good for pictures. Like there was like bubble machines, so there were like bubbles everywhere, and it had like a good view of like the skyline, so it was fun. Okay, the next one is Tequila Cowboy. This has a bowl machine in it, so if you want to get a little crazy and ride a bull, that's super fun. It's also like pretty crowded in there, but that's like good vibes for sure.
Did you ride the bull?
I did not, but
okay.
I have friends who did. Okay. You have to pay to ride it, but I don't think it's that much.
Hallie's money goes to alcohol only.
Actually, not in Nashville. I've finessed the system in Nashville.
Oh, I can't wait to hear.
Yeah.
Okay, another one is FGL House, which is Florida Georgia Line. It's around the corner from like Jason Aldean's and Luke Bryan, so it's not right on Broadway. The only reason I went to this one was we went to Nashville for New Year's Eve my senior year in college, and we had to buy, you have to just like buy tickets if you're going for New Year's Eve, so you have to like stay in one bar, you can't like bop around. And so I don't know exactly if it was like the cost of the other ones were way more expensive. Maybe the other ones were sold out and we had to go on one that was like a little bit off Broadway. But honestly, it was really fun. That bar is huge. I mean, it was so big. Again, it's several floors, rooftop bar. but it was really fun when we went to New Year's Eve. So yeah, if you're looking for maybe, it's probably less crowded since it's a little bit off Broadway. So that would be one to check out if you like maybe want to stay away from like huge crowds.
Yeah. Okay, and then the last one we have is a karaoke bar. If you're into karaoke, there's Lonnie's, which is, I believe, right on Broadway. I can't exactly remember, but that's what I've heard about the most for karaoke. So
awesome. Okay, so that was our quick rundown. Like we said, we'll go into a little bit more detail at the end of like stories and like what really makes each one a little bit different. But for now, let's get into the listener content. Hallie, what did the people want to know about Nashville?
Yeah, so the first thing that somebody brought up was line dancing. And if you know me or Kelsey or our mom, you know we love a good line dance. Don't invite us to a wedding if you don't want to see us bust out a few line dances, because especially when we get some alcohol in our system, it just like comes out and we can't help it.
Yeah, you should probably put Footloose on your do not playlist if you invite us to your wedding, because the three of us will, without fail, we will dance, and we will be obnoxious and try to get everybody else to dance with us.
Yeah, I'm not even ashamed. Like,
it's so fun. We have
the best time. Yeah.
Yes.
But for line dancing in Nashville, there's a really great place to go. It's called Wild Horse Saloon. It's right off Broadway. It's like right on the river, so towards like the football stadium, if you kind of know how Broadway or how downtown Nashville is laid out. But it's a bar inside, and then there's a huge dance floor in the middle. And they have a calendar on their website that kind of outlines like which like music artists are playing which night and when they have line dancing lessons. But I was looking at the calendar before we filmed this, and it looks like they pretty much have line dancing lessons every Wednesday through Saturday.
Oh, cool.
So it's super fun. We actually went there for a high school trip for my choir, and we like rented out like the whole top floor, and it was literally just a bunch of us like choir kids on the dance floor like learning these line dances. But I need to go back now that I'm 21, because it actually was like so fun. Like we had the best time. So yeah,
line dancing bars are the best bars. That's like my favorite bar scenario, is a line dancing country music bar.
Oh, same. It's the best time. The other thing that was asked is where to get good cowboy boots, which I think this is a great question to ask. I personally stole my cowboy boots from my mom's closet, so I did not buy them. But one of my really good friends is a Nashville native, so I texted her and asked where she would recommend getting them in Nashville. She says she's gotten hers from Boot Barn, which is like the most common store. You'll see like a million of them on Broadway. And they always have like crazy sales where it's like if you buy 2 pairs, you get 2 pair free. But she said that they have really good ones, and they have like tons and tons of choices. So, and she said they've held up well.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
So head to Boot Barn.
Yeah, because you can never have enough cowboy boots. So
exactly.
Okay, Hallie, it is story time. So let's get into this.
Guys, I am so excited. I've been thinking about this all day and like reminiscing on all the good memories and just like cracking up out loud in my classes because I was just like thinking about it and getting so excited to talk about it.
We love Nashville, if you can't tell.
Yeah.
So,
like too much.
Yeah, let's go back. We need to plan a trip, literally.
I need to take a break. I've been too many times.
You have actually been a lot.
Yeah.
So I didn't even realize you had gone that many times. So I went like a couple times as like a high schooler or like for random things. But the first time I went to like actually like go out on Broadway and experience that was, I think I mentioned we went my senior year of college for New Year's Eve. I mentioned that. Which is just like so funny looking back on it, because Hallie's in college now, but she does things so differently. Like when we went, we got the smallest, tiniest 1-bedroom Airbnb for 7 girls and 4 guys. And like Hallie goes on these trips and they're like just like bawling out. And I'm like, how in the world? Because when we went, we stayed literally, and it was so sketchy. Like we stayed in such a sketchy area. It was not good.
Oh,
But
God.
I seriously to this day don't even know how we all fit in this tiny 1-bedroom Airbnb, but we did it because
Did
we
you
were
just
balling
sleep
on
on
a
the
budget.
floor?
I had a bed somehow. Me and Jackson are, don't listen, Mom.
As a
Me and
senior in
Jackson had the
college,
bed
you're
somehow.
literally 22. Like, it's okay.
We're married now. It's fine. But yeah, I don't know how we got the bed. And then there was like so many people on the floor in our bedroom. And then there was like an air mattress in the kitchen and like
In
a
the
pull-out.
kitchen.
Yeah. And then a pull-out couch and then like a futon. So I don't know, but we did it. But
Yeah.
so this was the trip that the time that we went. So we went to Florida Georgia Line the whole time. And like I said, that bar was amazing. I think it was really good for New Year's Eve because it was so big that like we were there for a long time and you can't just like bounce around to a different bar, but each floor was so different. So when you like needed a break from like the like intense like clubbing type floor, you could just bop down a couple floors, get some food or whatever it was. So that was super fun. But my like funniest memory of this trip and of this night was they had like popcorn that you could eat. And one of the girls, and I'm not gonna say their names because I don't want to embarrass them, but they'll remember if they listen to this. One of the girls we were with was like eating so much popcorn that like the cheese was getting like all over her face. But
It was cheesy popcorn.
Yeah, it was cheesy popcorn, but it was like really dark in there, so she probably didn't know like we could all see, but the black lights were like illuminating the white cheddar all over her mouth. And she just had like literally like popcorn all over her face, and we were like, dude, like you got popcorn all over you. But we were all just having a good time. She was not coherent enough to realize what we were saying, but she was also spilling popcorn everywhere on the ground. And one of the other girls we were with was like dancing like crazy, and then she like stepped on the popcorn and like slipped and fell down on the ground. But then she got kicked out because they thought she was too drunk, and this was before midnight. So she literally got kicked out. She was like, no, I was just dancing, like I just slipped on the popcorn. And they're like, no, you're out of here. So yeah, she had to leave. Luckily, her boyfriend at the time took her back to our Airbnb and they were fine. They had a fine night, but that was a little sad.
My gosh, that's so sad.
I know. It was sad, but also
cheesy popcorn.
I know. But we also were just like, I don't even know if I realized that happened in the moment because we were gone. But
having a good time.
It was amazing. It was so fun. There were some elevated surfaces. We got on those. So it was great. Yeah. So that's
so great.
That was my New Year's Eve, 2018. It was a good time.
Oh my gosh, 2018. That's so long ago. That's crazy.
It was long ago. Okay, so the most recent time that I went was last year for my bachelorette party, like I mentioned. And Hallie planned it all. She was my maid of honor and she did the best job. It was so fun. And
Yay.
Yeah, honestly, we had the absolute best time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Luke Bryan's, when we were there, for some reason, my like toxic trait when I'm drinking is like if there's a microphone to be had, I steal it and somehow it ends up in my hand. So when I'm at weddings, I always like get the DJ's microphone somehow. Like when we're dancing, I don't say anything, like it's not on, but I just like to like dance and like pretend I'm singing into it. I don't know why.
You just love to put on a show.
I don't even like, I don't like the attention on me. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but the microphone it's like my alter ego and I have this microphone, but somehow, and I don't even know if you know, Hallie, how I got this inflatable microphone when I was at Luke Bryan's.
I don't know. I just turned around and all of a sudden you're literally on the stage, front center, holding this inflatable microphone, like singing to the entire crowd, like it's your audience, like pointing at people.
I was singing into it. Again, do I need to say it again? Inflatable microphone. Like it's
Like,
not
where
a
did
real
this
microphone.
come from?
Don't know where it came from. I'm on the stage, cowgirl hat with my little veil, and sunglasses on inside this dark bar with this inflatable microphone, mouthing the words to the song. And then, yeah, I like hold the microphone out to the crowd, like, you guys sing. Like,
Nobody's looking at you. Like, nobody.
Except the girl next to me was like trying to sing with me, and I was like, I don't know you. This is my microphone. But yeah, that was literally so fun. I had so much fun there. Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, that was a really good time. Also, I'm trying to think like what else we did. Oh, speaking of like stealing things, when we were at this like one outdoor bar. Oh, that's when we were at Tootsie's. That was the first bar we went to.
Oh, yeah.
And we're like sitting out there, like it was like midday, like the night hadn't even started yet. We're just like starting with like a couple drinks. And well, if you didn't know, Nashville is like the bachelorette party capital of the world. Okay. Like you go to Nashville, you're gonna be guaranteed to see at least like 50 bachelorette parties, if not more. Like it's insane. And so we're there for Kelsey's bachelorette party, and we ran into like so many other different bachelorette parties. So we're sitting at this bar next to this other like group of people that are clearly there for their bachelorette party, and they get up and leave. But they left behind this like cutout of their groom's head that was like on a stick. And it's like the picture of the groom, and they like left it on the ground. And so I like went over and picked it up, and we just like carried it with us for the rest of the night, and like had no idea who this man was.
But people always thought that it was like my groom, because why would we be carrying around somebody's head that's not ours?
Yeah.
But we have so many pictures of like one of us just holding this guy's head. Guy. But also it was like warm, so we were like using it as a fan too. Yeah. So that's I think why we kept it that long, because
it came in handy.
We were using it.
Yeah, but people would like come up to us and they'd be like, "Oh my god, like is that the groom?" And we were just like, "No, we don't know who this is."
They did not know how to respond to that. They're like, "Yeah, is that sarcasm?" Like they would just like,
they were like, "No, like
away.
we actually don't know." And then they're like, "Okay, you guys are weird."
Yeah, I know.
It was funny though.
Oh my gosh. No, that was good.
Yeah. And then we did the party bus.
Yeah, which I was going to say, that was the second day. And so when I was at Luke Bryan's, that was the first night. So, had a really good time there. Then we wake up, try to get some food in my belly.
What happens when you get home?
Yeah, no, we're not talking about that. That was bad.
It was not pretty.
I did not throw up.
Unfortunately.
Anyway, yeah. Okay. The party bus. So this was super fun. We had like a really good group of people that were on there with us. Like it was our bachelorette group, and then the other people that were on there were super fun too. But yeah, we were just like, it was like open. So it wasn't like a party bus. Like I feel like when you think of party bus in the United States, you think of like an actual bus where there's like seats and stuff, like, or like a limo type situation. But this was like it was like a wagon. A party wagon. Yeah. So it was like open. But yeah, the music was so great, and we got to we like had the aux, so we were like picking the songs and stuff, and we brought the party. I mean, we brought the energy on that party wagon, and we were just like, the music was playing, and as we're driving by, everybody could see us, and me and Hallie get up and we're like dancing to the country music, and we have just such a great video of that, of us just like getting high off of everybody watching us dancing,
shaking
in our little shorts
on Broadway.
Yeah, we had a little cowgirl boots on and our jean cutoffs. We were thriving.
Oh yeah, no, the best thing about those,
I didn't even drink any alcohol on that wagon. I literally drank water and Gatorade that whole time.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I did not have a sip of alcohol. I could not. But I rallied that night. Then when we went out that night, I was fine.
Yeah, because you had like enough time.
Yeah, so that was sober dancing on the party wagon.
That's so funny. But okay, we'll go back to so then that night that's when we went to Jason Aldean's for the first time.
After the party bus. Or
Yeah, so after the party bus, then we went to Jason Aldean's, which that's the one that's like right next to Luke Bryan's, and they're both like really tall, have like a bunch of floors. But Jason Aldean's, the line to get in, every time I've been to Nashville, the line to get into Jason Aldean's is always so long. And like the other bars, there could be lines, but they always move so fast because like you're not paying cover. So like all they're doing is checking your ID and then you go in. So like everything always moves so fast. Jason Aldean's though, no, they like only let a certain amount of people in at a time. So like if you're in line, it like takes a while to get in.
And why is it so popular? Like, why are so many people trying to get into Jason Aldean's when there's so many other bars that you can go to?
I don't know. I think it's just like the most well known and like word of mouth. Like people always say like, oh, go to Jason Aldean's. And it's just like so many floors and each floor has like something different. Also that's like, I feel like it's where a lot of like the college age kids go. It's more like of a younger crowd.
Okay.
And then the top floor is like a club. So if you're looking for like a club, then you could go to Jason Aldean's and that's like what you'll get. But what a lot of people don't know, if you've been to Nashville many times, you probably know this. It's not like it's that much of a secret. But if you go into Luke Bryan's, which always has a really quick line, if you go to the very top, the roof connects from Luke Bryan's to Jason Aldean's. So you can just go up to Luke Bryan's and then walk over to Jason Aldean's and skip the super long line outside of Jason Aldean's. So that's a little hack for you.
Yeah, which we did. So we did that but we had gone to Luke Bryan's before, and Hallie's like, we have to go to Luke Bryan's again, but just so that we can go over to Jason Aldean's. And I was like, oh, but I had so much fun at Luke Bryan's. Like, why can't we stay here? But I was like, okay, I guess we'll try out Jason Aldean's. I'll see how it is. But I don't know. It was not as fun as Luke Bryan's to me. It was still fun, but I was just like, what's all the hype? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I love Jason Aldean's, but that's because like put me packed like sardines in a room with like hundreds of people and put on some like good dance music and I'll be happy for like hours.
Yeah,
like that's like where I want to be.
I'm like, you guys are sweaty. Please don't be rubbing up against me.
Yeah, like I don't know. I used to hate that, but now I'm like, the more people, the better. Like this is so fun. So you don't really like it that much?
I don't know. I did. I had fun, but it wasn't my favorite.
Okay, so if we said go or no, Jason Aldean's, would you say no?
I maybe would say no. Okay, so when we were there, we met this group of guys who were on their bachelor party, and so a lot of the girls on my bachelorette party were like in serious relationships. So like not a lot of us were like trying to meet people. And we met this group of guys on their bachelor party that were also like, most of them were also in serious relationships. So they were like trying not to dance with anybody and we were trying not to dance with anybody. And then we like met up with each other and we realized this connection and we were like, great, let's just all hang out together. So then we like created this like mosh pit circle party of like just like dumb like dancing, you know, like PG rated dancing.
Yeah, like non-sexual dancing. Like
Yeah,
you're
literally.
looking like literal middle schoolers.
Literally, it was like a middle school dance. We were just in a circle, you know, someone would get in the middle of the circle and we're like, yeah, dance.
Oh god. Like, see, I wasn't here for this. I don't know where I was. Because I have no memory of this. I was somewhere else. And Kelsey, you're like, you're talking about this? And I'm like, I don't like, where was I?
Yeah, no, you were not. Yeah, you were not with us. So you were having more fun somewhere else. But that was fun. I did enjoy that. But I would just say if the line is super long and you don't even want to like go up through Luke Bryan's, and I would maybe say no. There's plenty of other bars that are so fun that like if you're going to Nashville, don't waste your time like waiting in a line when there's like so many other cool, fun places that you could spend your time at. So
that's fair.
No. Yeah.
That's fair. I would say go. I feel like it's something that you need to like experience at least once just because it definitely is the bar where it's like it's the place to be. Like that's where like everyone wants to go. And so I feel like you need to be there at least once. And like if that's what you're into, like if you want like the best like scene, the best experience, like then go to Jason Aldean's. But if you want something more like low key and toned down, then you would probably hate it. So I guess it just depends what you want. But
Yeah.
personally, I would say go.
Fair. Okay.
Okay.
Tell us about the next time that you went to Nashville.
Okay. So then after Kelsey's bachelorette party, that was June. I went again that following February.
It was May.
Oh, May. Yeah. It was May. Yeah.
Oh,
sorry.
Also, wait. I have one more story about my bachelorette party. Because I literally got COVID after because there was a bride going around. Because this was May of 2022. So, like, people were still getting COVID. I had never had COVID yet at this point. And there was a bride going around, or like another girl on her bachelorette party. And she had a shot glass around her neck. And she was going around and finding all the other, like, girls who were like the brides on her bachelorette party. Yeah. So I obviously had like the white cowgirl hat and the veil. So she comes up to me and she goes, she has a shot poured in her little shot glass necklace. And she goes, take a shot. And I'm like, no, that's gross. Like you've been using this same shot glass for everybody.
You did not say that. You said, okay. And then took it. So don't even act like.
Okay, maybe I just thought that in my head the next day. Because, I definitely took the shot. And I literally got COVID after. So I'm like, I'm not surprised. I don't know, I guess, that I got it from that shot glass. But
there's a pretty high chance.
A million other people that I was rubbing up against in the bar, trying to squeeze through everywhere. But, yeah, that was a regret.
Yeah. So Sunday scaries after that shot.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. That was my last story of my bachelorette party.
No, you're good. So then, like I said, I went that following February with some of my friends from school, and it was such a good time. Kelsey like mentioned this earlier, but there was like multiple groups of us that went, and there were like 25 of us total. So we had this like giant Airbnb, and that's why it was so big, is because there were so many of us and it was still really cheap because it was
11 people and we still got a tiny Airbnb. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
We probably each paid like $5.
Oh my God.
No, I don't know, but I'm just saying.
Okay, yeah, that's like really impressive. But I'm just saying, yes, we were in a really nice place, but split between 25 people, it was so affordable. So that's my excuse.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm balling on a budget too.
Yeah.
But speaking of balling on a budget, this trip, none of us bought a single drink. Me and the girls I was with, we did not buy a single drink because and if you didn't know, if you haven't been to Nashville, a double, the last time I bought a drink was at Kelsey's bachelorette party, and a double was $24.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, because you weren't buying them. I was literally buying them for you, the broke college student buying $24 drinks. It was
You bought me too many.
I know, it was
the double vodka lemonades did me dirty.
Yeah, too much money. So then next time I went, me and my friends were like, okay, we need to find a way to not be spending this much money because we like literally can't afford it. So we have our cowgirl boots on and we stock up on the shooters. Okay. So we get the shooters like before we go, and we shove shooters in our cowgirl boots.
Oh,
like it is
gosh.
so uncomfortable to walk
That's
around.
why everybody wears the cowgirl boots. Okay.
Yes. Not only is it cute, but it's convenient because it saves you money.
Perfect.
So we got shooters in our cowgirl boots and we hit the town. So first place we go is Kid Rock's Honky Tonk, which we haven't talked about yet because it is not on the favorites list. It is on the dislike list because I have a bad history there. And well, actually, I don't even have a bad history. It's my friends. But we're at Kid Rock's Honky Tonk, having the time of our lives. We're doing what we have to do to get the free drinks, okay? And it's working like a charm. So then we go upstairs. We're having a great time. My friend, I'm not going to name names, but two of my friends that I was with have to go to the bathroom. like really bad. And I'm not with them. I'm like doing my own thing somewhere else with like our other friends that are there. And so they go down to the bathroom, and the girls' bathroom line is so long. Okay.
The worst.
So they take it upon themselves to walk into the men's bathroom, which has no line. Yeah. So then the security comes in and kicks them out of the bathroom, and they're like not listening to the security. They're like, we just had to go to the bathroom. Like the women's line was too long. Like we couldn't wait. And the security is like not having it, obviously. So they literally get escorted out of the bar.
Gosh, no mercy.
So I had no idea this was happening. So I'm like,
you're just
upstairs,
out on the
like,
dance floor.
Yeah, I'm having the time of my life on the dance floor. No idea any of this is going on. And then my friend like comes up to me and he's like, Hallie, like we have to go. And I'm like, why? Like I'm having such a good time. And he's like, no, like we have to go. Like we're getting kicked out. And I was like, wait, what? Like what happened? And so then they all like explained it to me after I left. But we were like, what the heck? Like why did that happen? So then we, from there, go to Luke Bryan's. And this is where the night goes downhill because we've taken one too many shooters and everything's a little foggy for me at this point. So we're at Luke Bryan's having a good time, and I have my phone in my like little black like shoulder bag. But I had like taken it out to like take a picture of someone or video something. And then I put it back in my bag and like didn't zip it. But like it's a tiny shoulder bag. Like it's under my shoulder, you know? So I'm like, oh, it's fine. I like wasn't thinking anything of it. Then all of a sudden I like go to get my phone again. My phone is gone. Phone is not in the bag.
Oh.
Yeah. So I like lose my mind because first of all, not only is it my phone, okay, and not only am I very overly emotional because I've been drinking, but it also has my like, you know, those like sticky things, those sticky wallets that like stick to the back of your phone.
Yes.
So I had my credit card, my driver's license, and my school ID all in that phone wallet with my phone.
Oh my god.
So not only is my phone gone, but all of like my identity is gone. And so we're like tracking my phone like on Find My iPhone, trying to find it. It's like showing it's on like the side of a highway somewhere. Like it's
bolted
gone.
out of there.
They got it and they left. So we're like running around to the bartenders like, has anyone turned in a phone? And they're like, girls, like it's gone. Like you're not getting it back. Like stop trying, it's gone. And so at this point, I'm literally like hysterically crying in the bar, like in the middle of the bar. I'm like, no, like what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I'm a mess. So we leave the bar and we're standing like in the middle of Broadway. And one of like my friends that I was with, he like tells me the next morning, he was like, Hallie, like you were just standing in the middle of the street staring at Luke Bryan's as if the building was burning to the ground. Because I'm just standing in the street like crying and like sniffling, just like staring at the bar.
I've always been a little dramatic.
I was being so dramatic, dude. And then poor Izza, like my friend Izza that I'm with, is like having to deal with me like in hysterics. And so she's like, Hallie, like it's okay, like we ordered an Uber, like walk with me, like our Uber's gonna be here soon, it's taking us home, like we have to go. So I'm like walking with Izza, like crying behind her, like I can't believe I lost my phone. And she's like, Hallie, come on, like let's go. So we're like walk to the end of Broadway because like Broadway is blocked off, so there's no like street traffic, so you have to walk to the very end of the street in order to like get in an Uber. So we walk to the very end of the street and Izza's like, okay, like I think this is our Uber, like come on, like let's go. So she opens the car door, she's like, hey, like who is this for? And the guy turns and goes, ma'am, he goes, ma'am, I'm a cop. So she shuts the door and we like back away and look at the car and we're like, oh no. Because we literally tried to get in the cop car thinking it was our Uber.
So dumb. Oh my God.
I know. We are so dumb.
And you're probably literally still bawling your eyes.
Oh, yes. Like fully crying, like mascara running down my face. Like we are a mess, okay? And then we try to get in this guy's cop car and he's like, ma'am, no. So then eventually we get in our Uber. We get in the right Uber. We get home. It's fine. So then that was the first night we were there. So then we have the next night. I don't have an ID. I don't have a credit card. Like, how am I supposed to get in to a bar, like, when we go out the next day? So I have to go, like, the whole rest of the weekend, no phone. Like, I'm, like, typing on my iPad, like, texting my friends.
Oh, my gosh.
Because I don't have a phone. And then we ended up going to, like, FedEx to print out, like, a paper version of my ID from, like, the BMV. We had to, like, go to FedEx to print it out. So that's what we dealt with, like, first thing Saturday morning.
Were you able to get in bars with that?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It's the same thing as, like, when you turn 21 and you have to get your ID renewed, and it takes, like, 2 weeks for them to mail it to you, so they give you that paper.
Yeah.
It was
I
the
know what
same
you're
thing as
talking
that.
about. Yeah.
So it's like they have to let you in.
Right.
Like,
I feel
it's
like
a legal
sometimes
document.
people are, like, iffy about those, though, even.
Well, yeah, and it's like I didn't even have a second form because, like, my credit card was gone. So
but they let you in. Okay. Nashville doesn't care.
Yeah, they really don't. I'm telling you. So we get in fine. And, well, also, this was the day that IU beat Purdue in basketball. So we had, like, watched that game before, and then we're, like, going out to the bars, and anytime, like, anybody asks us, like, where we go to school, we're like, IU, like, let's go. Like, we were, like, so excited and, like, being so obnoxious. And, like, literally no one knew what was going on. They were like, okay, like, cool. And so, yeah. So we go, the audacity of us to do this, I don't know whose idea this was. Somehow we end up back at Kid Rock's Honky Tonk, the place we literally got kicked out of less than 24 hours earlier.
Oh my gosh.
We walk back through the doors. First person we see is the security guard that escorted us all out.
I'm surprised he recognized you, though, because, like, they see so many people every night.
Oh, he recognized my friends that were causing a scene.
Oh, no.
That's why. Yeah. So the guy recognized us and just, like, laughs at us walking in because he's like, no way y'all are back. Like,
oh, okay. I thought he was going to kick you guys out again.
Oh, no. He, like, thought it was funny because he's like, you guys are,
I thought,
like,
he was going to be like, you
feral.
Still aren't allowed in here because you used the men's restroom.
No, we were, like, more tame the second time around. I was, like, still in feels about, like, not having a phone. So, but yeah, so we're in Kid Rock's again. And Izza's, like, checking Find Friends because she's like, what if, like, the people that took your phone are, like, going back out on Broadway to, like, get more, you know? And she's like, what if they, like, show back up and then we can, like, track your phone? And I'm like,
had the location been on this whole time? They hadn't turned it off?
The location showed it was on, but it still showed it was on, like, the side of a highway.
Okay.
But she was just, like, determined to find it. And I'm like, Izza, we're not gonna find it, like, whatever. She opens Find Friends and the location updated to be at Kid Rock's.
Oh my gosh.
And so we're, like, freaking out. We're like, oh my God, like, it's here. Like, what do we do? So we're, like, tracking it around the bar, like, trying to find it. And it's literally following us, like, the whole time. We're like, what is going on? And then we realized it was literally my Apple Watch.
Oh my gosh.
So we spent, like, 30 minutes walking around that bar trying to find my phone. It's freaking the watch on my wrist, like, showing up on the location.
Hopeless.
So then it just, like, really got our hopes up for no reason. But it was just, like, funny. So I was like, no, it's, like, actually gone.
Such a roller coaster of emotions.
Such a roller coaster of emotions. But yeah, second day was pretty tame. I feel like anytime you're on, like, a trip like that, the first day always goes too hard. And then the second day is always, like, everybody's like, okay, we need to, like, calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was still a good time, for sure. So that was my February trip. And then
I forget. Did you never found your phone
No, I never found it.
and you just had to like cancel your credit card and stuff and
Yep.
what a sad,
And I
sad
like
day.
never told mom and dad. Like I literally got everything figured out, and the only reason I had to contact them about it was because when I was buying my new phone, AT&T or Verizon had to like get like a code from them. And so then mom was like, "Wait, why are you like buying a new phone?"
And
And I
the
was like,
reason Hallie didn't want mom and
"Story
dad to
time."
know was because, like we've mentioned before, Hallie loses things a lot. So this was not the first situation like this that has happened.
It is not, unfortunately. But literally did everything on my own, like figured everything out. I was like,
And
they don't
lesson
even know.
learned, when she went to Europe, literally had a padlock on her purse.
Yes, I'm not kidding. I forgot about it.
Like a combination padlock on her
No,
purse.
it wasn't a padlock. It was a carabiner.
Oh,
Like I
yeah,
clipped
okay.
it to the zipper into like the side of my bag, which honestly is such a good hack. Like seriously, because if somebody tries to unzip your bag, it's like locked to the thing and you'll feel them like tug it.
Yeah,
Tug your
and all
purse.
they would have to like, so it's still unlocked because they'd have to undo the carabiner, but that's just a lot of like fumbling around they'd have to do to be able to get
Right.
into your bag. So it doesn't look
Right.
that cute, but her stuff did not get stolen. She
That's
just
right.
left her wallet in Europe, but we can save that story for another day.
You did not need to say that. Oh my gosh, you're literally outing me.
Okay, anyways, your last story, your last Nashville story time. Here we go.
Okay, so I went to Nashville again for my roommate's 21st, and it happened to be the week of CMA Fest, which was super fun because I had been to Nashville like multiple times already, but this time felt like super different because it was all set up for CMA Fest. So basically, all throughout Broadway, there were like booths set up and games, and there were live like concerts of like big name artists just like in the streets, like stages set up in the streets. And then
That's so cool.
as you like walk like by the football stadium and like kind of outside of Broadway a little bit, there were like yard concerts like everywhere. Like there was just tons of free like concerts going on. And then obviously the actual CMA Fest, which is in Nissan Stadium, like the big football stadium, you have to buy tickets to see that. But we could like hear it going on like from
That's
outside.
so cool.
So it was really cool. Once again, made it through the weekend without paying for a single drink. Shooters all the way.
Oh my gosh.
And then what else? So this time that I went with like all my roommates and a couple other of our friends, and we just like did the classic. I think we went out to Jason Aldean's or Luke Bryan's the first night. Super fun. Nothing crazy happened. But then the next morning we're like in the hotel room and there's like free hotel breakfast in the lobby. And we like go downstairs and are eating the breakfast and we're all like down bad. And and the only cups for water they have are literally like the tiny little Dixie cups. And
what? Oh
yes.
no.
And
setting people up for failure. You need to be hydrated.
When I tell you, I think I went up and refilled that cup like 100 times. I'm not kidding. Like all my friends were making fun of me. They're like, dude, how many cups of water are you gonna get? But I was so thirsty and it was literally like a tiny little cup full. So I went up there like 50 times and was like drinking it at the water pump, like causing a line because I was like,
good work. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Oh yeah,
it helped me recover. But yeah, and then the second day we went on another party bus, which was so fun. It was like pretty similar to the one we went on before. It was like open air. It was a good time. And then we had to get an Uber back from the party bus back to our hotel. And this was like literally the most interesting part of the trip was this Uber ride, okay? Because it was me and two of my friends that were with us. And I had like just gotten out of a relationship, and then my two friends were both in like situationships. Or maybe one, I think my one friend was in a relationship, but it was like really new. And so we like are talking to this Uber driver and we're like, okay, we need your advice. Like from a man, what do you think we should do in these situations? And so we like start dishing the relationship tea to this man. And he is like so cool. Like he's like giving us such like he's like actually listening. He's not like annoyed. He's
How
like,
old is
okay,
this man?
he's like in his 20s.
Oh, okay. I can't tell if that's more or less creepy.
Well, that's why we were like asking, because we were like from a guy like within our age group, like what would you do? Like, you know, in this situation, blah, blah, blah. So we're like going through everything. We get like to our hotel, but we're like mid-story and we're like, wait, like we're not done. And he's like, okay, hold on. Like, let me pull like into the parking lot. So he literally pulls into the parking lot and we talked to this man for like 30 minutes. Like our friends are texting us like, where did you guys go? Like we've been in the hotel room for 30 minutes. How are you guys still not back yet? And we're like, one sec, like we're in the middle of something, like 1 second, we'll be up in a minute. And we're fully talking to this guy for so long. And at one point, because they're like complaining about like stuff that's happening, and he literally goes, don't let your boyfriend keep you from meeting your husband. Whoa. And he said that and we're all like, oh my God, you're so right. And we were just sitting there like awestruck because of like the wise words that this man just said. And we're all sitting there and just like, oh my God, like this has changed our outlook on life.
Oh my gosh. That is actually a little pearl of wisdom.
No, for real. It's so true. Because it's like, you always got to keep your eyes out. Like, even if you're like, yeah, you're in a relationship, but like, you're not tied down like forever. Like no, I'm not saying like in that way at all. Like, I would never do that. But it's like, you always got to be like seeing if there's anything better. You know, do you deserve more? I don't know. Like, don't let your boyfriend keep you from meeting your husband.
Yeah, I think in this sense, I know what you're trying to say. I feel like you're not saying it right. Let me try to redeem Hallie so you don't come across as
I'm literally not a cheater.
Eyes.
I'm not. I swear.
No, she does not have wandering eyes. What she's meaning is basically like, don't settle. So if you're in a relationship and it's like maybe not the best, don't settle to have a boyfriend just to have a boyfriend when maybe your husband's out there and there's somebody better out there for you.
Because they could be keeping you from meeting what's even better for you, is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Okay.
Nobody
twist my words.
I was trying to help you.
I know, but I feel like I'm gonna get hate.
No, we fixed it. We're good.
Okay, we're good. But yeah, wise words from Nashville Uber driver. Maybe one day he'll hear this. But
yes.
Yeah, so basically we left Nashville with a totally new outlook on life. But yeah, so then the second night we went out and this was like so fun. Oh yeah, we went to Kid Rock's again. Got kicked out again. Okay. This time
by the same guy?
No, this was a different guy. This was so infuriating though, because we like weren't out of hand at all. Like, I promise we were not. We were being normal. Like, we were dancing and like having a good time, but we weren't being obnoxious. And this bouncer literally just like walks up to us, or like security guard, and he's like, let me see y'all's IDs. And we're like, why? Like, we're in. We already showed our ID. Like, what do you mean? He's like, you guys all look 12.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, first of all, I'm literally over 6 feet tall in my cowgirl boots right now. This man is like 5'5". Okay.
Ew, so I'm short like man syndrome.
Looking down on him and be like, oh, I look 12. Okay. That like doesn't make sense. I'm with 2 other girls that are like 5'9" and like 5'8".
Your friends do not look young. So
yeah, like we don't. Like, we looked good. Okay. We did not look 12.
Oh, I have no doubt.
And we were all like, what are you even saying? Like, we do not look 12. Like, you want to look at our IDs? Okay, look at our IDs. Like, we literally were all 21.
How did you get kicked out then?
Because, well, actually, I guess we didn't technically get kicked out, but I literally walked up to him. I was like, literally give us our IDs back. Like, we're leaving. Like, if you're going to do this, like, we're going to leave. And so then we just like ended up leaving. But like, he was gonna make us leave. Like, he wasn't giving us our IDs back and like didn't believe that we were of age, and we actually were.
Probably like his girlfriend broke up with him and he needed to feel superior.
Yeah, I needed to like take down women for a night.
Yeah. Rude.
But yeah, so then we left. And then on our way home, we of course had to get some Nashville street meat. So we stopped at a hot dog stand. We did this both nights. I have the funniest video that I'll post on the Instagram. And it's of like one of my roommates, and we're like at the hot dog stand and we're like dancing with our hot dogs. There's like a security guard behind us and he's like dancing with us. It's so funny. But yeah, so this is so gross. But I like am eating my hot dog and I like was squeezing the bun too hard and my hot dog flew out of the bun and rolled on the sidewalk. And I'm like staring at the hot dog and I'm like, no, my hot dog. And this random lady walks by and she's like, girl, 5-second rule, you better pick that up and eat it.
No. Please tell me you did not. Hallie Welch, are you kidding me?
It's like, you're so right.
No hot dog is that good.
And I ate it and it was great. And then I literally took a picture of me eating it. I just dropped this on the ground.
That woman should be arrested for trying to
it was so foul.
You.
I woke up in the morning and like literally power washed my mouth out because I was so disgusted. I was like, I cannot believe I did that.
There's extremely questionable things on the Nashville streets.
Oh, so questionable. Like, no, it was such a bad decision.
But you survived. You're good.
I swear, like, I do stuff like that and my immune system now is just so strong because like I just feel like I like am untouchable.
No, don't test it anymore. That's enough. Eating hot dogs off the street. Literally the pavement.
Yeah, literal street meat.
I was gonna say literal street meat.
Yeah, but that was pretty much the end of that trip. After that happened, I was like, okay, I need to get out of here.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if those stories don't convince you to go to Nashville if you've never been, I don't know what will.
Yeah, I will guarantee you some good stories to come out of a weekend in Nashville. You will make so many questionable decisions, but every questionable decision leads to a great story. It's going to add to the plot. So it's so worth it.
Yes. No, we love it there. You'll love it there. Like we said, we know there's a lot else to Nashville that we didn't get to talk about. So we understand that. I know we just talked about like the going out scene. But we love and respect Nashville as a city as a whole. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's our episode. So make sure you leave us a review. Let us know what you like, what you don't like. But maybe still just give us 5 stars. Follow us on Instagram at Love It There Pod so you can submit what you want to hear about, like for the listener content segment that we do. And then, yeah, stay tuned. Our photos from our Nashville trips are pretty good. So we'll get some good stuff on there.
Also, let us know if we missed any good recommendations in our recommendation segment. Like I said, when we go to Nashville, we kind of just stick to like the main Gulch area or Broadway area. So that's pretty much all we've hit. So if you've been there before or are from there, let us know of any good places that we missed. And we would love to know. So when I go back, I'll hit those up. If you're planning a trip to Nashville, please invite me because I do want to go. I need to make my return. It's been a little too long. So it's time to go back. And yeah, I think that's it for today's episode.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you on the next one. See you next Thursday.
Bye.